Ladies and gentlemen, we are already in a recession. In this video, I want to go over some new news and some new data that shows that the US economy is crumbling. And for many people, the recession is already here or is just about to hit. Why do I think this and what is this news and new data? Let's have a look, everyone. So first things first is this, everyone, and this is going to be devastating for many families. Child tax credits have just ended right as COVID cases are surging. So this program was providing billions and billions of dollars of stimulus to the US economy, and it is now officially the last stimulus program to end. The payments, which started in July and amounted to hundreds of dollars a month for most families, have helped millions of American families pay for food, rent, and childcare, kept millions of children out of poverty, and injected billions of dollars into the US economy. The end of extra assistance for parents is the latest in a long line of benefit cliffs that Americans have encountered as the pandemic aid programs have expired. The payment protection programs, which supported hundreds of thousands of small businesses, ended in March. Expanded unemployment benefits ended in September and earlier in some states. The federal eviction moratorium expired last summer, and the last round of stimulus checks landed in American bank accounts last spring. So what this means is, everyone, in 2021, there was massive amounts of stimulus there that helped the economy boom and helped families stay afloat and consumers stay afloat and keep on spending. But there is now a financial fiscal cliff that has come. People behind in their rent, people behind in their mortgages. Inflation is making the cost of living absolutely skyrocket, and you're having families having to choose between a roof over their head or food on their tables, and it is about to get much worse. But it's not only this, also Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan has been blocked, and it's looking like the roughly $2 trillion stimulus program is not going to go through because so many people worried about the rampant inflation that is going on right now. Look at this, everyone. Goldman cuts US GDP forecast as Biden's economic agenda is in doubt. So Goldman said in a research note Sunday that the likely failure of the Build Back Better legislation has prompted it to lower its real gross domestic product forecast in 2022. They've dropped it from 3% in the first quarter to 2%, from 3.5% in the second quarter to 3%, and from 3% in the third quarter to 2.7%. But that's not all, everyone. It gets worse. We've just got a new piece of data to show that the US economy is falling. Listen to this, everyone. US goods trade deficits hit a record in November. The goods trade deficit widened last month by a massive 17.5% to 97 billion from 83 billion in October. This exceeds the previous record deficit in September of 97 billion. This is huge. What this means is the US economy is making less and less goods. The US economy is not producing goods and services. And like I keep talking about, we're not producing much in the West besides printing more and more money. But that's not real growth, everyone. A country that's producing goods and services is real growth. Good exports declined by 2.1%, while imports rose by 4.7%. And trade has been a drag on gross domestic product for 5 straight quarters. So can you see what's happening there? Exports are declining, so meaning we're making less and less, while imports are increasing. So the US is relying more and more on other countries to produce things for them, and they are just consuming. And they're not just consuming with their own money, they're consuming on record amounts of debt. And if we look at this chart, this is US GDP. You can see the latest data shows it has fallen to a pitiful 2.3% annualized. Now, going back to my point, we are already in a recession. The poor and middle class are absolutely getting decimated by inflation, and all the help and all the stimulus is getting taken away right when inflation is about to get worse. Also, like I just showed you in that chart, we're not producing or exporting things. We're relying more and more on other countries to produce goods and services. And as you can see with that chart, GDP was 2.3% annualized. But when you factor in inflation, the CPI, the official inflation numbers of 6.8%, that's actually negative growth of 4.5%, again, when you factor in inflation. So even though they can manipulate the numbers, they can try to print growth. In real terms, the economy is on the decline. And like I said, now that the music has stopped, now that the stimulus is being taken away, now that the money printing is slowing down and interest rates are going to go up, it's becoming more and more clear that we're going to enter a official recession in the second half of 2022. So everyone, that was just a quick update with what's going on in the US economy, my thoughts on why in real terms we are actually already in a recession. But what do you think? Do you think the economy is booming, or do you agree that we are already in a recession, everyone? Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. I'll put up some other videos here. I'll see you there.